Why, hello there, everybody. We are back in Stray. We're playing through a second time. We're not going to go and stream the whole game or anything like that. What we're doing is we're seeing what we missed, but then we're doing a little investigation. And so we're here at the beginning. We're in the Dead City. We just came through the vent. Didn't find anything revolutionary on the outside of the wall, except for there was giant letters right near the start. CH and then a couple blurred letters. Technical. Um, now I forgot what the last word was. Technical network was on the side of the dome. So, I don't know, CH something technical network. Just thought that was interesting. But then we're in here, and what we're doing right now is we're just kind of slowly going through the game, exploring. We're taking a look at all these posters. We're seeing some interesting stuff. At first, it was trying to determine, are the big numbers any dates or anything? But when we look at them, they can't. They don't make sense to be dates. Like, the 0544. Okay, yeah, 05 is May, but 44? There's not that many days. Now, we could say that it is May 2044 as an example. But then what about the 7821 there? Is that maybe that's the year? It's year 7821. Over here is year 5798. The difference is just too great to be any sort of a date. Um, because that means, both these papers have been sitting here on this wall, hey kitty, for over 2,000 years. So it doesn't make sense. But then we were looking at some other interesting things, like these crates, because you can zoom in and you can focus on stuff. Whoops, okay, well, we couldn't there. There we go, Tarine de Moshe. French, probably pronounced that wrong. I was looking it up to see what, each word means and some of the different stuff, and doesn't necessarily make sense always when you try to do translation, and I'm not French. Um, I don't speak French fluently. I took a couple months of it back in high school, years and years and years and years ago. I barely remember anything. But what is interesting here is that there is a manufacturing date and an expiry date on this package. And it is 2/12/11 and 7/12/11. So whatever was in this box, this crate, had an expiry date, and it was worth 2.20 euros. There was 350 grams worth of it, and it's normally 6.29 euros per kilogram. But it's interesting with the dates. Now, that doesn't mean 2011. It could be that the developers just grabbed this from some random package and pasted it into the game. That could be 3011, 4011, but that kind of gives an indicator a little bit. We do know that we see October a lot in the game later, so 7 is July. Um, Interesting. There were 50 cartons in this box. If we look there to the right, from Garnet and Co., manufactured in France. Interesting. Then there's some warning labels and stuff. It's a little bit blurry. I've tried to see if I can get any other information out of these. There's a lot number and things like that. So anyways, we're just going to go through the game and see what there is. We've been looking at all the packaging. We got these little bottles, if I can get it to turn. Okay, beep, beep, beep. So this is like, I can't focus in on it. Soybe something, and out in the garbage bin out there was a bunch of robot oils and things like that when we were looking at some of the packaging that you could read. Some of it's really hard to see and read. And of course we got Netco on everything as well. But anyways, that's what we've discovered so far. We're going to continue, and we're going to patch things together as we play through the game here just in my free time to see what we can learn. But some interesting stuff here with some manufacturing dates and different things going on. Oh, by the way, another thing that I found, where was it? One of these signs, there was a web address. Oh, it's over here on the door. Yes, under the pandemic protocol, there is a web address, walledcity99.com. If you go to it, it'll take you, of course, and redirect to the Stray website. But I thought that was interesting as well. Anyways, I'm going to continue here through the playing the game. Well, now with the camera. Um, I'll see if I can find any other secrets. I'm sure, others have developed and, found this stuff before. There's some robot oil, OSRT88. Um, and just kind of see what we can find. If there's anything, little hidden tidbits that the developers put in that might give clues as to the history and development of the city. One thing for sure that I can say is when you're outside and you're looking, exposed to the weather, you have a lot of like this big piping out there that's all rusted and stuff. You do have to completely assume, because of science, that that stuff is maybe 100 years old at most since it was stopped being maintained. That doesn't mean the city is 100 years old and that's all the time that's passed. Um, I mean, if it was maintained, then it could last a long, long time. But we did. But just looking at the rust examples on the huge iron pipes, as the cat, just scratches here, um, tells you that at most maintenance stopped within the last 100 years on the outside of the building of this place. Inside, you have to assume something similar, maybe even less, because like you've got all these air conditioners that are running, clothing hanging on the wall. That clothing, that shirt, is not going to stand there even a sterile environment. It's not going to be as oh my goodness, pristine, after 1,000 or so hundred, years. Like there's people out there saying that it's 1,000,000 years old, and even if you take that huge number, we'll look at it later in the video, and talk about it. Even if you break it down into seconds, that's still like 40,000 years. There's, sorry, nope, So random gibberish or robot calculations are different. Anyways, we will continue on and see you in a moment. We're back and we haven't gotten very far. We were just up there a ways. Um, we were, we're exploring. So we were looking at this sign, and there is a long code there. Right there, 004782389800001. And we got curious and we punched it in on the internet, and something came up. Actually, other people, of course, have done a lot of research looking at things, and there's a website, a blog post, where they have translated the robot language. And they've got lots of examples of what the letters mean. Um, it's not 100% clear, of course, probably not totally accurate, but it gives a lot of really neat information. So, that's something you can check out, and look at. Some things in there that I saw and I've seen on a. Whoops, okay, yep, help, yep, we see that. But if we look on a lot of the restaurant ones, that one's not a restaurant. Any restaurant signs? There was one back there, and I know there's more coming up. Um, you'll see that, oh, there it is. 772424 type of thing. So evidently the robots go by a 16-hour clock. That may be important in calculating, date ranges and time frames within this city, to take a look at, how old this place is. Obviously, humans haven't been here for several hundred years. That's very evident. There's no evidence of decay like bones and stuff like that we've found. Um, and things are rusted, and, plumbing isn't working in places and it's backed up. But at the same time, you know, fans and motors running, you've got to assume that there was maintenance on all of this stuff up to a fairly recent time. Because if an air conditioner is just sitting here and it's running, 24 hours a day or 16 hours a day on robot time or whatever you want to call it, that thing's going to wear out. It's not just going to keep going. Now, some of these might not actually be running, like those slower ones up there. It just might be airflow spinning the fan, right? But then there's ones like these here that definitely look to be powered. And of course, there's these lights that are powered, um, and a lot of other things. But we're just exploring, finding interesting things. And that was curious because I hadn't thought of looking at, if there's any websites or if anybody's done any research to look at stuff. And evidently people have. And so you can find all kinds of things, but that number led me to the website to find out that, hey, there's some potential translations to the two languages. There's this one here, and there's that one there, the more blocky robot style language. Um, so that's interesting. So these could be dates, but under a new type of calendar or something. Very possible. There's a cafe, 7 to 24 hours. So 7 days a week, open 24 hours, I would assume, for that right there. Um, I'm sure there's a lot of other clues we're going to find as we continue on, just little tidbits and guesses to kind of create the fun and the lore behind the game. And so that's kind of what we're taking a look at. Right, camera? Yes, absolutely. See, they agree with us. But it's fun to go back through the game and just take my time and explore all this stuff. OIE cans, not sure what that is. Gotta pick up our little pail, throw it into the fan, right? Here's another great example of, there has to have been maintenance, maybe not humans, but maintenance on the city to allow, motors like this to run. I mean, yeah, they can run a long time, but they will, at some point, stop working just from burnout in the motor and rust. And we can see rust and paint all over the city. Plastic obviously is going to last a lot longer, as we see there, but there's electronics. A light bulb. Maybe they have a new technology and it's not like today's light bulb that's going to last, 600 hours and then burn out, right? So it looks like a regular, type of light bulb there to me. And we see a lot more of them throughout the city. That's a fluorescent bulb. It's been sitting there on for hundreds of years, supposedly. I doubt it. So, anyways, let's. Oh, look at this. We got a little keg. Can we see anything in here? Seri El. Gotta come over to this side. Poivras. Brasserie El Poivras. Can't see the small sign. There's a code there. If I got out my phone, let's see how close I can get. Okay, let's get my cell phone. Let's scan the code. You can do this yourself if you want. Okay, come on, phone, unlock. Let's scan the QR code. Let's see if it goes anywhere. We're curious. Where's my QR scanner? QR scanner. I don't use it very often, but I know I have it somewhere. Let me look. I gotta look through all my apps. Here we are. All right. This may not even be able to see it because it's too blurry. There we go. Nope, it's not gonna scan it. Darn it anyways. That would have been cool, right? That would have been really cool if you could scan it and it actually did pull something up, even if it's just some random product that exists out there or whatnot. That would have been kind of funny to see. Alright, out of the way, paint can. Let's hop inside here. Whoa. Okay. A little game blur all of a sudden. What's going on? Let's hop inside and yep, push it over. Come on. Oh, there we go. Break that window. What a naughty kitty you are. Yes. Very naughty. Ah, there we go. All right, let's look around the apartment. There's the October 11th that we all know and are aware of, right? There we go. Of course, the clock here's still running. Maybe it's plugged in, but otherwise it's a battery clock. That's a long-lasting battery. I wish we had those today, right? um, but yeah, interesting calendar though. Look at it. It says October 11th. Don't see anything for the year. You know, there's some gibberish writing down below. You really can't see it very well um, to show days or things like that. But, curious. Um, Anyways, that's why we're here. Is we're just looking around to kind of see what there is. This is a map, by the way, where it shows the exit, different rooms, where the pod is. This is where we go eventually. I'm pretty sure that that is a map of, you know, point in the game that we interact with. There's a newspaper here. We can't get the right focus to look for a date. Don't even know. Oh, it's right there. There. Oh, maybe you could zoom in on it, but not from here. And of course, there's products on the table. They did a good job at masking stuff so that it didn't show, you know, or didn't give off too many things, you know, details. My uncle is lagging. So is that a robot book? That would almost signify some sort of a robot book, right? My uncle is lagging. What about the rest of these books? We're just taking time here. I can't make out these. Some of them are written in the robot language. But paper, cloth would not last very long, even if being taken care of, maintained. So, you know, you got a question. Men's socks. We got a box of men's socks. I did see a label on a box previously that said made in China, and then we've seen crates that say made in France. They got a picture of a robot there, so I'm assuming robots lived here for a while after the humans died out and maintained everything. That says 2077. Could that be a year, potentially? You never know. So, I mean, there is that concept that, you know, at some point, humans died off, robots were left. There's that crate again. Except this one's Blue 12 Studio Fruits. But it's the same thing there, 2, 12, 11, and so on. Interesting. More books here. Any titles we can read? No, not really. Not seeing anything. All right. Oops. Oh, we didn't break it. What else? Anything else of interest here? We've got some definite logos. I'm sure you could search some of these through image searches and find out where they come from. Like the flaming guy there. I mean, that reminds me of uh, Wilson from Castaway. Might be a reference. You never know, right? Could be. But anyways, you can look up all these letters and kind of understand what they are. Like, let me see. According to the website, let me see. We got that symbol, and that symbol. What are the first three symbols? Let me see if I can, if they're here, if there's examples. So the first one is an M. The second one, switch back and forth, is a kind of a 4 with the slash. No. It's a Q, so MQ. So, not sure if it's making sense yet, but that would be an MQ for the first two letters there, right there in the very center. Interesting. But hey, it's robot language. What do you expect? It probably means something completely different. That symbol again. Just looking around if there's anything new that alludes to interesting facts. That's kind of what we're looking at. Is, do we have interesting facts? Here's a can of robot oil. Is that what you need? Can we bring you some robot oil, sir? We'll bring you some robot oil. That will help you, right? You'll be safe. What if I don't? I'm stuck. I'm stuck in the animation to where it's some... Oh, okay. So even if you don't bat him, he'll eventually go blink. Okay, well, there was a can of robot oil right here, sir. That could have saved your life. All these posters are the same. We've seen them all repeatedly. I'd be more interested in the graffiti if it meant something. So it is curious. I'm assuming that in the story, humans died off, as we know, right? From disease. And then the robots took over. First, they were service robots, just doing day-to-day tasks. They probably maintained things, kept things going, stuff like that. And at some point, some of them became self-aware. It happened, right? And of course, at the same time, the Zerks were expanding, evolving, and they evolved to the point that, a lot of the robots, like that one back there, was being chewed on by some Zerks. A lot of the robots, didn't survive. Alright, we're probably going to die a little bit here because I want to look around and go in different directions and just see what we can find, but hey, we'll try to survive. Hello, Zerks, you single-eyed critters that look like ticks. Definitely ticks, right? Left shift to run. Alright, hey, can we come into the store here? We can, but I don't see anything of value. Alright, well, we did. Can't go this way. Oh, well, let's go this way then. Hey, you watch it here. Hey, come on, be friendly. We're looking around at stuff, guys. I mean, we're just curious. Whoops. Left alt. Okay, if I can see where I'm going. I imagine there's all kinds of fun little whoops. Okay, got clues here. Potentially, maybe not, because oh man, he's on my head. Because you gotta, really run. But like here, look. Oh, you can't go through there. Okay, well. I saw it opening and I was saying, hey, maybe we can go through there and see something new. Doesn't look like it. Oh man, look at them. They're just all over me. Oh man, they're just dissolving the kitty. Yes. Oh, is that me? Did I just go squish? What went squish? Was it me or the... That's just disturbing. I feel sorry for the cat in here. It is so cruel, what we put the kitty through. All right. Well, anyways, let's whiz through this. We looked at some things. We tried to get into the shops and see if there was anything in the shops we could take a look at. Unfortunately, it didn't. Oops, wrong button. Didn't look like it. Hold on, we're going to concentrate to do this. Oh. Come on, we're supposed to be running, kitty. We know we can't go through that little gap. That's unfortunate. Hey, maybe we can explore a little bit. You know, that would be fun. While we're being chased. Sure, why not? Whoops. Alright, well, we're safe. So, we have discovered some things in this little episode. I don't know how much of this I'm going to keep, how much I'll edit out. But, you know, because we're just looking at stuff. Yes, I have a problem, Mr. Uryakin. Season 1 must be a show. There are Zerks in the city. Yes. Back home, too. Alright. Meow. I hear ya. I understand. There's more packaging of the Terrine de Moshe. But we were looking at stuff. You know, we're exploring here a little bit. Just kind to see what exists. See, 1400 to 24 hours. They're not open very long. Alright, well anyways, onward ho we go.